But before I ended up getting promoted to the morning show, I was part-time. I had to, even though I was big time in Philly, I had to work my grounds in Atlanta. And I was staying with a friend, and I remember I stayed in this like extra bedroom, and I had an air mattress. And I remember laying down, and I was like, if I was a mother, I would be out of this career. Because I would not be able to make that decision, because I would have to make, I feel as though if I bring a child in this world, everything is second, the child's first. I made that decision. And if my dreams, if they can't align still, but I have to feed that human, and nothing's gonna trump that. So I didn't wanna set myself up in that dynamic unless it made sense. And I feel as though, to me, a woman having a child is more of a commitment for her than marriage. Because if you're a good mom, you're gonna want your child to be around the father. So you're directly creating a life with a person who may or may not become your husband. So for me personally, I will only have children if it aligns. I'm older, I froze my eggs. I 1000% support all women. I would say it 1,000 times. We're in a different space. Women are working. They're waiting longer to settle down with a particular person. This will give you the opportunity, if you want to become a mom one day, by freezing your eggs. Because it is true, there is a clock, right? And if you don't freeze your eggs, you do gotta, make that decision at a certain period just because of biology. But freezing your eggs gives you a chance to say, you know what, this wasn't the right choice for me. This isn't the right guy. But if I don't meet the right guy and I never become a mom in that way, I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm cool.
Can he have children?
So here's the deal on that. I don't mind 1, maybe 2. I don't think I could do past 2. But because I'll take that way. If he was a married man, I'm 46 now, right? So if he's married, he came from a woman, they had 3 children, something happened. Like, I'm not gonna be pinholed to that. I can't date a man with 9, Cam. I'm out.
Have you ever been approached by a guy?
I've been approached, let me tell you something.
That has 9 kids?
I've been approached by a man that had 4 kids. I've been approached by a man that had 7 kids. I had approached by a man that had 8 kids. First and last date, I can't do it. And I'm not mad at anybody that can, but that's a lot of energy you have to take in, because here's how I do feel. If I'm taking you, I'm taking all of you. So it's not just about the 9 children, it's about the mothers of the children. Yeah. They might have a cousin, and now, he was over Kendra G house, and it's a lot that comes, because I do feel as though if you sign up with a person, you sign up for that person. Yeah. So what they come with is what you come with.
I do think you're projecting a little bit.
Projected in what way?
It's that the example that you gave was, that ain't my mama.
That the kids say?
I don't like, one of them kids ain't gonna like me.
You think that all 9 kids are gonna like your new girlfriend?
Well, as the adult, there's certain things that you instill in your children as respect. Yeah,
but you can't control your children.
Who can't?
The children is a human. They have the right to be themselves. So
under my house, you have to understand.
So you think for them?
Parents, yes, you have to.
You can have respect. So this is what I feel as though is this. You can teach your children respect, right, but their emotions belong to them.
Yeah, and this is why, this is going back to the first question.
Okay.
It's like, you're telling me how a children is supposed to be raised, and you don't have children.
But I was raised as a child. What does that mean?
No, I understand that, respectfully. This is where I check out.
Everyone builds a reputation. You can be the person that shows up or the person that talks big. What kind of reputation do you try to have? Your reputation is built off what you deliver. Rose Sparks is for men that need help getting hard, so they can show up strong when it matters, working fast, and showing up when it matters in the bedroom. Guys, see if prescription Rose Sparks is right for you at ro.co/funky. Sparks is a compounded drug product. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and does not go under FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. So, choose role today so you can show up strong.
This is where I check out.
But real quick, I'm not telling you how to raise children.
Yeah, but we're having a conversation about so your children don't think on their own. I'm telling you, hell no, they don't. Not while they're in my house. Because if it's up to my kids, they're eating Skittles every night. They're eating gummy bears every night. And certain things is to say, like, no, we're not going to do that. You're going to eat this because it's nurturing to your body. And that's a food example. Mm-hmm. But you're saying that you want to stay up and play video games all day, but we have to work on your literacy. You may not want to read your book. You may not want to go to tutoring. You may not want to go to school. But hey, yes, I'm thinking for you. I'm telling you that, no, I'm not negotiating with you. You're not staying in this bed, sweetheart. You're not staying in this bed. So I'm thinking for you because I'm 36. You're 6. I'm 36. You're 8. I'm 36. You're 20.
So let me say, I agree with all that. So we were talking about your children's emotion with a new romantic interest. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. So you're right, I don't have kids. But when I was a kid, there's a moment my parents were not together. Okay. No matter who my dad had, she wasn't my mama. No matter who my mother had, he wasn't my dad. Okay. So yes, I have to be respectful, but don't get it twisted. I'm team my parent, no matter who y'all dating. And that could have been, and here's the deal, and maybe that wasn't right, but that's just how I was as a child. So everything you just said was, things you should do as a parent. But we're talking about a different emotion. I'm talking about a child having to resonate, and I'll use me, Kendra G, as a child. I will be respectful, Dad, to anybody you date, but she's not my mother. And I'm always gonna ride and love my mother more. And that's what happens. So I hear what you're saying, but I can't speak from that.
Yeah, but what I would say,
yes,
off of experience,
yes,
is that when Jazz came into my life, yes, and I have the ability to, like, my son is here.
Hi, son.
Right, Jaden. And I'm not going to make this awkward, but she never wanted to be his mother. She wanted to be a mother figure in his life as an extra, as a bonus person, right? But there never was a time to say, hey, call me mommy or I'm your mom. She had too much respect for Lorena. Jazz has too much respect for Kia and vice versa. So when you're starting to bring in other individuals, it's up to the adults to navigate that situation and work together. And that's where I've learned to say, hey, I'm dating somebody, Kia. I'm dating somebody, Lorena, and I'm thinking about introducing them to the children. So yes, a lot of people may look at me and say like, oh, it's giving too much, it's giving never could, never would. But there are certain principles and bylaws that I do value, and it's respect for other people's emotions. Now, if they give me the green light to say, yes, it's okay. Matter of fact, can I speak to her just so we could get on the same page, because I need to let them know or let her know you're not the kid's mother. Will never be. And when you have those kind of direct conversations, what will come from it is it will take a village, right? And understanding that we may not have worked, but we will always work together.
Right.
And as adults, that's what you learn. So when day one had, hey, I'm Jazz, you can call me Miss Jazz. And those relationships kind of grow and build, and you have respect in the presence and without being in the presence of the other parent. You say, hey, I'm not your mom, but you can use me as a resource, as a mother figure in your life. That may be verbally expressed, directly or indirectly. You just keep showing up. It's like, hey, if it comes a time where I have to take you to tennis practice, if I have to take you to football practice, we're around each other so much, and I'm not his biological dad. He didn't come from me. But the fact that we've been around each other and there's things that I have to tell him, it's like, son, I'm here for you, bro. And I'm here on the premise to let you know I'm not trying to control your emotions. I want you to be emotionally aware, but able, as you get to your age of 20, son, you got to be a man. So if you're going to come to me, you got to come correct. I'm not going to sit up here and allow you to talk to me any different than I expect you to talk to your mother. It's respect all there. or your biological dad. I don't have no competition with that. I just keep showing up with a pure heart, knowing that, hey, this is my expectations for you. Tell me your goals so I can hold you accountable to them. Tell me what you want out of life and I can hold you accountable to that. And if anybody else's experience with having a bonus parent, a step parent, or another parent, I can't speak to that because I know for my children and the mothers of my children, it's all respect. And it's never been a moment in time where I've allowed my children that has been in my house, biologically or not biologically, to ever utter the words, "You're not my mother." Because that will be the day I will remind you, who do you think you are? So, yes, I think for my children. I think my children need me to think for them because I believe in protection. I believe in provision. I believe in showing up in disciplinary ways that if I don't do it inside my house, I would hate for the world to have their way with my children. So for at least 18 years, I'm going to instill a lot of things in Cam Newton's School of Hard Knocks that may be traditional, may be unconventional, but it's my way. I'm giving the principles off of what was taught to me and what was instilled in me, and there's things that I may fall short of. One of them being, I never imagined my life to be what it is today. Good and bad, to what other people may think. But at the same time, I can't cry about it. I only can make the most of it and try to instill the best version of myself into my children.
Can I ask some questions?
Please.
If I ever overstep my boundaries, you could totally tell me not. Do all of your children's moms get along?
Yes.
That's wonderful. I think that's great.
And I don't think I've ever said it publicly.
Yeah.
There's a respect there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think as long as the intentions are there, that's all anybody ever wanted. And it's like, hey, what's your intentions around these kids? Like that's what everybody's concern was. Like, I don't even label, the help that I have as a nanny because she's been so impactful to my life. The children's godmother has been able to navigate a lot of things where if the mother can't do it, and if I can't do it, and if my assistant or my family members can't do it, she is able to do it. There's a village. And I'm grateful to be able to have the resources to pay for or to compensate for making the most for 9 children. It's a lot, yes, but it's a lot of love too.